G'day guys, it is Drew here from Metal Roos, and I am super excited to be joined by Tino Valentino from Of Mice of Men, the wonderful, wonderful drummer of the
Yay.
band. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing well, thanks. Here in Cologne, Germany for a concert tonight.
Nice. This is the first time you guys have been on tour in about 3 years as well, because I believe last sort of big event you did was Shiprocked back in 2020, and then there was a 3-year gap. How does it feel to be back on the road touring, getting the material in front of fans?
Oh man, it's been absolutely amazing. A long time overdue, but we're really happy to be able to be sharing our newest music with everybody, and even revisiting some old bangers too. So it's been fun. We've really missed it. The connection with the crowd and the audience is something that we've always felt necessary
Mm.
for our band to grow and to share our stories with everybody, and to kind of have that connection with the audience. And so we're just happy to be back out here.
And I guess it'd be cool as well because you released Echo obviously in 2021 and then Tether
Mhm.
in 2023. So two albums, sort of cramming them into the one tour cycle. Does it feel good to get like all that material out in front of people and getting it played live? Because live is always better, I think. Like both
Of
are
course,
amazing,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
live's a different beast.
yeah, yeah. We always pride ourselves in being a live band, and so to have been able to spend such a great amount of time being creative at home in the studio, self-producing those last two records, and then to be able to go and perform them live, it's a full circle moment to know that
Mm.
all these ideas came from home and have now found homes in the hearts of so many fans that are singing them every night
Yep.
and rocking out and getting the mosh pits started, and really letting the music move them. And that's something that Mice and Men has always striven for, was to make music that moves people,
Yep.
whether that's emotionally or physically. And so to finally have that synergy happening in a live aspect has been hugely exciting for us, and inspiring, to say the
Mm.
least.
No, that's good to hear. And on that point of like making music that emotionally moves people, I'm absolutely in love with the latest record, Tether. It's got its moments of beauty with songs like Shiver and Tether, and then you've got the heaviness of like Eternal Pessimists, War Paint, all these kind of different tracks. How was
Absolutely.
how was the experience of writing, I guess, both Echo and Tether over COVID? Because I imagine you guys couldn't have actually got together in the studio as much, or were you still kind of
Right.
doing
Yeah,
both?
yeah. I mean, we use technology to our advantage. We learned a whole new way to create music with each other, and through the use of programs like Zoom and Audio Movers
Yep.
and Logic Pro. And it was a challenge at first. It was necessary though, because none of the studios were open or anything.
Mm.
And so yeah, we did it out of necessity, and it was so well received by our fans that we decided to continue um that creative flow, and start work on the next album, which ended up being Tether, and kind of chase the things that we felt like we could have followed down further rabbit holes, and
Yeah.
I think you can kind of hear the evolution of the sound between the two albums. And Tether's a much more emotionally reflective album, as
Mm.
opposed to Echo being the visceral and pain of what we were experiencing at a time when everything was unsure, and life was different. We're losing family members,
Mm.
and losing the live aspect of our band, and not really knowing. And Tether was kind of like, the music was our tether that kept
Mm.
us, in line with what we felt like was reality. And we knew we'd get back out on tour, and that we would be able to play these songs for people. And we just didn't know when, but we knew that it would be a very special moment when we were able to.
I think music is a great connector for a lot of people, but also for musicians, it is kind of like you are putting a part of yourself out there as well. So I think having
Of
both
course.
a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
thing to do.
we've always done that too, and I think our fans and our audience really knows and expects that from us, and we're always going to be 110% ourselves. You know, we put our life and our experiences into our
Mm,
songs, and that's something that is actually mainly the human experience. You know, we're not special, we're not rock stars, we're just people that have practiced playing our instruments for a very long time and are able to create music together. And I think that but we're all human at the beginning of the day, and
mm,
so for us to be able to have these human experiences and share them with our audience and our fans and let them know that we go through the same things that everybody else does. We just have the skills to be able to write music about it. And I think our audience has really come to appreciate that. And they know that they'll expect that honest account of our world and what we're going through, and maybe find a little hope and knowing that they're not alone in these experiences that are part of being a human.
yeah. I think that really shines through in the album as well. Like the song that I connect to a lot, especially having suffered bouts of insomnia and things like that, is Shiver. Is one
Of
that just
course,
every single time. One thing you said in there as well is honing your skills in a lot of different things. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you also did the artwork for the album as well, didn't you?
I did. Yes,
What was the inspiration behind it? Because to me, it looks almost like sort of the psychology Rorschach test thing.
of
Was
course.
that?
That's exact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I think when we were talking about the visual interpretation of the music, in so many ways, songs can be taken everybody that listens to a song is going to hear something different in it, right?
Mm,
And I feel like it's going to resonate differently with them, depending on what their life experience is, and the shoe doesn't always fit every person. You know,
mm,
it could be something different for each, and that's kind of where the Rorschach idea came up. Was what you see is what you see, you know,
mm,
and if somebody else sees something different, well then maybe they're hearing something different. And with the album art, I really wanted to um have these specific pieces for each song. If you look into the album artwork, each song has a different paint Rorschach style painting
mm,
that is supposed to evoke some sort of visual companion to the music, to be able to kind of like make you think a little bit more about what the song means to you or what the image means to you and how they correlate with each other. And um, as you go through the album and you flip through the booklet and everything like that, like you see all those paintings, and
mm,
it's supposed to evoke something that you maybe you didn't think of before. And and it was obviously heavily inspired by that, by the psychological test.
mm.
But for us, you know, music is so multifaceted and art is so
Yeah.
multifaceted that nowadays music can be so like just consumed and not thought about. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
for us, we always like it's all, it almost gets taken for granted sometimes. And as musicians, we want to challenge our audience to think deeper about what is being made, because what we create is art, and what we create is something that is important to us, and it's not just a song on a playlist. You know, it's
Mm,
our life, and it's our life musically, and it's our life artistically and visually, and you know, everything we do is with purpose. And so if we can even get, you know, one fan to think deeper about what the music means and what the lyrics mean and what the art means, then that's, you know, how we think. And it really feels like our audience can expect that from us, you know, and
mm.
they know that there is a deeper meaning than just, you know, this isn't pop music, this isn't go out with your friends Friday night music,
Yeah.
this is real shit, you know, this is real life. And for us, being able to do something like that and have the control and have the means to be able to do this ourselves, you know, it's coming from the
Mm,
artist, you know, it's, you know, it's coming from us. There is no middleman in between dictating what it is. This is how we see our music. This is how we visualize it. This is how we hear it. And to be able to do that fully on Tether has been an absolutely amazing experience, and one that I hope that we can, continue.
Mm. Yeah, it's awesome to hear how it all sort of came together like that, because I'm the type of person that when I first get an album, I want to listen to the album all the way through. I don't like hearing the singles, or I like the entire journey of the album. So
Of
I
course.
think having that intent behind it is something that's needed in this generation that just goes through TikTok and playlists, and like it's 1 second, everything like
Totally.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
love to hear that.
Everything's taken for face value, and most of our favorite artists made music with integrity. They
Mm,
made music that was a depiction of their life and what they were going through. And for us, that's super important in a time where it's just all about mass consumption and 5 second intervals of attention
yeah.
spans and stuff like that. We we will request more. You know what I
Mm,
mean? We want more from our audience, and we think it's not a hard ask to be able to sit down and listen to a record and front to back and take the journey, and we're all fans that do that thing, that do that same exercise. And yeah, it's cool to be in control of that. And not saying that every fan has to do that, because to each their own. It's totally
yeah.
fine. Like, no judgment if they don't. But for the fan that wants more, they'll get it from our music.
Mm,
And if
and
they
it,
don't, that's fine either. If they just want the bangers and they just want to take
yeah.
it for face value, it can exist like that too. But
But
for the fan that wants more, there's definitely a lot more depth to everything that we do.
switching gears a little bit as well. So on the 23rd of February, you are actually coming back for the first time in 6 years to Australia. How does it feel to be coming back? And is this your first headline show of Australia as well?
I believe it is. Yeah. Yeah,
Because I
man.
know you did
We're
Defy like 6 years ago.
right.
And you've done the festival circuit a fair bit, but this I think is your first headlining tour here.
Yeah, yeah. It's our first proper headlining tour out there, and we're really really excited. We were so happy when we got the offer, and to be doing it with Dream on Dreamer and Sienna
Mm,
Skies is something that we're super stoked about. We're such huge fans of the Australian metalcore scene, and to be able to team up with those bands and play all these awesome venues, and for the first time in 6 years, I mean, we absolutely love it out there.
mm.
And to know that we're coming in summertime, that's even better, because we're from California, so we love that sunshine.
It's the tail
And
end of summer as well, so it won't be too hot. It'll be like
yeah, yeah,
January, end of February, nice weather here.
that's what we were hearing. So yeah, man, we're over the moon about it, and just so happy to be able to have the opportunity to come back and
Mm,
to be able to play our new music and old music. And we'll have quite a diverse set list for that, for those shows. And we're excited to be able to give it our all,
mm.
and have a proper headline and lay down the foundation for hopefully coming back for more festivals
Yeah.
and more either support or headline gigs in the future.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm super stoked to see you guys. I haven't seen you live before, but I've heard the live show is absolutely amazing. Um,
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting to me at the moment as well, and I wanted your take on this, is it seems like every single metal band in the world currently is announcing tours in Australia. Like even in February, I think there's like seven
Oh
or eight
wow.
different tours in February. There's some in March. And it just seems like over the past sort of 2 months, I think like 30 to 40 metal tours have been announced for Australia over like the next year. What do you think
Wow.
is sort of prompting everybody to just go Australia is the hot market right now?
uh, where to begin? You know what I mean? Like, the music scene is flourishing out there. I
Mm,
feel like it's something that we see from our standpoint. A lot of our favorite bands are from out there. We always say, there's something in the water out there. We can't get out there enough, and I think more people, they're tapping into that, and I think that's something, what we say is a rising tide raises all ships.
yeah.
So if there's that many bands going and there's that many fans supporting, that can only mean good things for the community, and that can only mean good things for modern metal and alternative music to be able to have that type of opportunity for all those bands to be able to come out and perform, and also for all those fans to be able to, you know, experience all that. Because being out there, you know, you guys are a kind of like a solitary island out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And but I do think that maybe things are more accessible now. I definitely know post pandemic, there's so many more bands touring now, bands reuniting, other things like that happening. And I just think it's because this community is growing, and you can see the growth in situations like that. And we're just happy to be a part of it. You know, we're excited to be in with the mix, and we will bring our own version of our music and what we have to offer to the table, and it's better than everyone else.
Of course it is.
So get your tickets at micetickets.com.
Yeah, definitely. I know I'm going to be there. I know a lot of other people are super excited for the shows, which do kick off on the 23rd of February in Adelaide and run through to the 27th in Brisbane, I believe. Tino, anything else you want to say to the people before we head off?
I just want to say thank you to our Australian fans for the continued support. And we could not do these shows without you guys requesting us and wanting us to be out there. And your support means everything to us. And we appreciate everyone who's listening to this interview. And I appreciate you for taking the time for the interview. And we cannot wait to share our music with everybody. And it couldn't come soon enough. So we'll see you soon. And make sure to get your tickets. And we'll see you in the pit.
Yep, I am super excited to be there. Tickets are available at thephoenix.com.au for all the shows. Sell these shows out because I want you guys to come back as much as you
please,
possibly can.
Please.
I just
let's
love
do it.
Let's
show them what the Mice and Men Network can do.
Awesome. Tino, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you and look forward to seeing you in February.
Awesome, man. Same to you. Thank you very much.
Cheers.